famous is this one, and this one. These three are famous. Okay, so these three are the cloud services that we will be learning. And I'm telling you, in our course, 90% we will be learning only on Azure. The reason? It's most widely used in the market. It has a very good companies. There are a lot of companies who are preferring Microsoft Azure. So we'll be learning about Azure. And with that, we will also help you to understand GCP and AWS for about 10%. So we'll relate it. In this, what service you learned, in this, what will be the related service. So that we'll be learning. The importance will be given to Azure. By end of this course, you can apply as a Azure data engineer. You can apply as a Azure data engineer because you will be working with Azure more. You know only data engineer, but now we are going to learn Azure data engineer. So you'll be learning that. Apart from that, when you learn these two clouds also, you will be called as multi-cloud data engineer. Multi-cloud means you know more than one cloud. So we'll be making our hands sweat in all the cloud. How it works in Azure, how it works in AWS, how it works in GCP, all of this you'll be learning. So you can apply for Azure Data Engineer and you can apply for multi-cloud engineer, but don't expect that I will be going and applying for GCP Data Engineer. Now, this is not possible because GCP, we are covering only about 10%. In the 10%, don't expect to get a job, but you can apply as a multi-cloud, right? So the problem is they have their own brands. Microsoft will use only Microsoft Cloud. Amazon will use Amazon Cloud. In Amazon, you will never use Microsoft. In Amazon, you will never use GCP. All this have different brand. If you want to work in Google, then this course may not be helpful. Why? Because we are learning Microsoft product. If your dream company is Amazon, not be able to learn here because we are learning Microsoft. So this multi-cloud will increase your opportunities. This multi-cloud will increase your opportunities. So in this course, we'll be focusing on Microsoft Azure, followed by we'll be giving importance to other two clouds as well. Now, overall, if you see, Azure is an online portal. No need to install any softwares, no need to buy any new laptops, no need to go for any configurations. Directly, you can go to the portal and you can request for the storage. These are the you guys. You're going for internet and you're asking, can you give me a storage? And they have a physical server. They will assign a laptop on top of your name. They'll put it into some server and they'll give you access. That's how it works. And we have about 200 services in Azure. Now, are we going to learn all 200 services? It's not like that. This 200 services is like your 200 items on your menu book when you go to a restaurant. You go to a restaurant, you open the menu card, you see 200 items. Now, question to you, are you going to buy all 200 items? No. You have went for lunch, you'll have only lunch. You'll order what you like. You go for a breakfast, you'll order what you like. So that's how it works. In reality, these are all the services that is available, but two main problems what we have in the big data, two main problems that what we have big data is one is storage, one is processing. I'm unable to store the huge data. I'm unable to process the huge data. These are the two problems. For this, if you ask me, what are the services I'll be learning? I will not be learning mobile services because you're not going to build any mobile application. You're not going to learn web services because you're not going to build any websites. You're not going to work on any media related as if you're going to edit a YouTube video or an Instagram reels. That also you're not going to do. This also you'll not be learning. And what we will be learning will be storage, because that's your problem. And we will be working with some of the processing and we'll be working on some of the database. So we will be learning about 13 to 14 services, which is related to our role. Okay, our role. I have been using Azure for almost 10 years and still I've experimented not more than 20 service, because depends on your usage. Not everyone will know 200 service. You go to even your very close restaurant in your house, you would have still not tasted all the 200 items on the menu card. That's how it is, right? So here we'll be learning about 13 to 14 services. And that we will be creating our project. So we'll be doing a lot of use cases, and then we'll be building the pipelines, and then finally we'll be focusing on real-time projects. So that's the Azure services for you. Why knowing all three is important? Obviously, market demand. Nowadays, people are expecting everything. They want, and especially this is for US guys. If you're in India, okay. But if you're in US, people are expecting you to know multiple things. Everything you need to know. I don't know what they're looking for. Everything in the few days, I think they will mention that you need to do housekeeping work also. That also they'll mention in resume. That is what is happening in US market. Everything you need to know. You need to know that, you need to know this, you need to know this. But this course will be helpful, definitely helpful for the guys who are outside India, because in market, people are looking for multi-talented skill. So clients requirement, cost flexibility, vendor requirements, all of this makes you important. And knowing all three will give you a lot of job opportunities. In India, maybe not mandatory, but if you're knowing this always is good, because I've told you clearly, 2030, you need to know cloud. But if you know all three, that's good enough. That's good enough. I can tell you very safe point. Listen carefully. None of our jobs is permanent here. None of the jobs are permanent here, right? Any day you can be laid off. Any day you can lose your job. But I can wear a badge on my chest saying that if someone is firing me, I will not be under loss. The company will be under loss. That's the attitude you need to carry. You need to learn skills in such a way that the company should hire at any cost. It's not like you are running behind HRs. HR should run behind me. That is the one which you have to learn in order to survive in IT. Everyone is replaceable. Tomorrow I don't show up, they'll replace me. Tomorrow I don't take class, KSR will replace me. Right? But they should miss you. In that case, you'll have to be always giving 110% of your efforts. Learn all three cloud. Your life is secure. I wouldn't say your entire 10 years, 15 years is secure. I can say for the next 5 years, you need not think about it. The reason, tomorrow what happens, we don't know. Tomorrow, this cloud can be replaced by another cloud. A new vendor can come. For the last 10 years, I was using Ola and Uber. Okay, I was using Ola and Uber. For the last 2 years, suddenly I started using Rapido. Rapido is a new vendor. So I've reduced my Ola and Uber, and I've started using Rapido. But do you feel booking is difficult in Rapido? No. I already have a good practice. I already booked a lot of cabs in Ola and Uber. The same thing I've done it here. Just the UI is different. That is exactly happens here. You just go and learn one cloud. You learn one cloud. Automatically, every other cloud you can relate it. It's very simple. So tomorrow we don't know which cloud is going to be on top. Today, this is on top. This is second. This is third. And who knows, tomorrow this can become first. This can become second. This can become third. Anything can happen, right? Anything can happen. So you need to come to a conclusion where you are capable of handling any cloud. That's the beauty of this.